Being run down is when you're exposed to short-term acute stress. You just need to simply rest, recharge, and reset after intense periods of time. Burnout, on the other hand, is like living in a continuous house fire. There's no amount of rest you can get when your house is on fire, so we have to be pragmatic in putting out those fires to eliminate the burnout. So I was someone who, when life was falling apart, I threw myself into something I thought I could control, which is oftentimes work, right? Whether it's be studying or an actual job. And so after living in a 4-year-long burnout cycle, I had the ultimate burnout of being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So I knew I had to make a change. I started creating videos and content on LinkedIn discussing how people can prevent burnout. And from there, I've been really fortunate to work with loads of different global brands to help their people understand what burnout really is. This may surprise many people, but the more resilient you are, the more susceptible you are to burnout. So imagine if stress is just like a fire, then the more resilient you are, the more heat you can tolerate, but there's still fire going on. And if you are a business owner, for example, you tend to be more resilient than your counterparts because it's just part and parcel of running and owning a successful business. If you're someone in the corporate world, for example, if you have protected characteristics, you tend to be more resilient than your counterparts because you tend to meet more resistance than they do in the professional world. The problem with burnout being a creeping condition is that it can look different for everyone. There's so many different ways it can manifest itself. So it can do so physically in terms of physical ailments like migraines or vision loss if it's prolonged for too long. It can manifest itself mentally, so it could be anxiety, depression, always feeling like you're on edge, unable to relax, which makes a lot of sense. No one can really relax in a house fire. We're in the middle of survival mode. I am often asked by line managers and team leaders how they can support their teams if they think there's someone there burning out. And I say to them, never tell the person they're burning out. Someone who is burning out tends to be a high performer naturally, a high achiever, sometimes overachiever, talking about myself as well. And if you tell them that you think their performance is slipping or that they're struggling, they will do everything they can in their capacity to show you that you're wrong, which will just expedite their journey to burnout. So I often say, if you've noticed there's someone in your team, one or more persons, book a workshop for the entire team. Educate the entire team so it becomes a collegiate activity as opposed to singling someone out and increasing that sense of paranoia that they're probably already experiencing. So it's really important that there's a two-pronged approach in corporate burnout prevention. Ensuring the individuals are being empowered to take control of their working day, i.e. let them have their calendars, let them put those breaks in there and have their lunches. But also as an organisation, let's have a really real frank conversation as to whether you're meeting the needs of your people. And that's simple. Ask them what their needs are, and when they give you a response, meet them.